The night air in Wilmington, North Carolina carried the familiar mix of salt from the nearby Atlantic and the earthy scent of pine from the surrounding woods. The Parker home sat on a quiet cul-de-sac, porch lights glowing warmly against the darkness. To any outsider, it looked like a picture-perfect southern home, the kind you'd see on the cover of a lifestyle magazine. But inside, a storm was brewing. Chapter 1, The First Crack. Daniel Parker sat at the edge of the bed, elbows resting on his knees, staring at the floorboards. A thin stream of moonlight slipped through the blinds, painting pale lines across his hands. It was well past midnight, and his wife, Madison, wasn't home yet. She'd sent a text an hour ago. Running late. Don't wait up, red heart. That heart emoji should have reassured him. It didn't. Madison had been different lately, subtle changes at first. She'd started wearing more makeup even on casual errands, buying new clothes without mentioning them, and keeping her phone on silent, screen always face down. Small things, almost unnoticeable, but Daniel wasn't the type to miss details. As a contractor, he spent his days studying blueprints and plans, catching the tiniest inconsistencies that others overlooked. And now, those same instincts were turning inward, analyzing his own marriage. The sound of a car door closing jolted him back to the present. He stayed perfectly still, listening. Madison's soft footsteps crossed the porch, then the front door opened with a quiet creak. "Hey, babe," her voice called, too light, too cheerful. Daniel forced a smile as she stepped into the bedroom, cheeks flushed, hair a little messy like she'd been caught in the coastal wind. She smelled faintly of vanilla, and something else he couldn't quite place. "You're up," she said, surprised. "I told you not to wait." "Couldn't sleep," Daniel replied evenly. "Long night?" Madison hesitated, just for a fraction of a second, before answering. "Yeah, work's been insane lately. Jenna and I grabbed dinner after to unwind." He nodded slowly. Jenna was her co-worker at the marketing firm, or so Madison said. Something in his gut twisted, but he let it go, for now. Chapter 2, Subtle Signs. Over the next few weeks, Daniel started noticing patterns. Madison's late nights became more frequent. She guarded her phone like a soldier guarding a secret. Sometimes, when he walked into the room unexpectedly, she'd be staring at the screen with a small, secretive smile, only to quickly lock it when she saw him. At dinner one evening, she laughed at a text notification, the sound sharp and unfamiliar. "Who's that?" Daniel asked casually, spoon poised above his chili. "Oh, just Jenna," Madison said without looking up. She typed furiously, her thumbs moving faster than he'd ever seen. Daniel's jaw tightened. Jenna again. Always Jenna. The next day, while Madison showered, he picked up her phone. It was locked with a new passcode. She had never used one before. That was when the sinking feeling in his chest turned into cold certainty. Something was wrong. Chapter 3, A Friend's Warning. One Saturday, Daniel met his best friend, Ryan, at a local sports bar downtown. The place was buzzing with college football fans, but Daniel barely tasted his beer. Ryan noticed immediately. "You've been quiet, man. What's going on?" Ryan asked. Daniel hesitated, then said quietly, "I think Madison's seeing someone." Ryan's brows shot up. "Whoa. That's serious. What makes you say that?" Daniel told him everything, the late nights, the locked phone, the way she smelled different sometimes, like a cologne that wasn't his. Ryan leaned back, whistling low. "Look, I hate to say it, but those are classic signs. Have you tried talking to her?" Daniel shook his head. "Not yet. I want proof before I confront her." Ryan studied him for a moment, then said, "Be careful, man. Once you go down that road, there's no coming back." Chapter 4, The Discovery. The breaking point came on a rainy Tuesday evening. Daniel had finished work early and decided to surprise Madison at her office with dinner. When he arrived, the building was nearly empty. Madison's desk sat deserted, her computer off. Confused, Daniel went to the receptionist. "Hey, has Madison left already?" he asked. The receptionist frowned. "Madison? She hasn't been in since lunch. She said she had a personal appointment." Daniel's stomach dropped. He thanked her and left, rain soaking through his jacket as he stood in the parking lot, heart pounding. Then he saw it, Madison's car, parked across the street near a boutique hotel. Through the misty window of one of the rooms, a shadow moved. 2 shadows. Daniel stood frozen, watching as a man's silhouette pulled Madison close. Her head tilted back, and even through the fogged glass, Daniel knew what he was seeing. His world shattered. Chapter 5, The Confrontation. When Madison came home later that night, Daniel was waiting in the living room. She froze when she saw his face. "Where were you?" he asked, voice low and steady. She opened her mouth, closed it, then said, "At work." "Why?" Daniel tossed a small keycard onto the coffee table. The name of the boutique hotel gleamed under the light. Madison's face went pale. "Daniel. I. Don't," he snapped, his voice breaking. "Don't lie to me again." For a moment, silence hung between them, heavy and suffocating. Finally, Madison sank into a chair, burying her face in her hands. "I didn't mean for it to happen," she whispered. "It just did." Daniel stared at her, disgust and heartbreak warring inside him. "Who is he?" Madison hesitated, then said, "Ethan. Ethan Cole. He works in finance. I met him at Jenna's birthday party." Ryan's words echoed in Daniel's mind, "Once you go down that road, there's no coming back." Chapter 6, Revenge. Daniel didn't sleep that night. While Madison cried herself to sleep in the guest room, he sat in the dark, staring at nothing, replaying every moment of their marriage. By dawn, his pain had hardened into something sharper, resolve. He began to plan. Ethan was a smooth-talking predator, Daniel realized. A man who thrived on destroying families. Madison was weak, yes, but Ethan had sought her out, seduced her, manipulated her. Daniel would make him pay. Over the next week, he gathered information. He followed Ethan discreetly, learning his routines. Where he worked. Where he parked his sleek black BMW. Which gym he went to. Which bar he favored on Friday nights. The more Daniel learned, the colder he became inside. Chapter 7, The Trap. On a stormy Friday evening, Daniel set his plan into motion. He lured Ethan to an abandoned boathouse near the river with a fake message from Madison's phone. "Meet me here. We need to talk." Ethan arrived just after sunset, umbrella in hand, looking annoyed. When he stepped inside, Daniel was waiting. "Who the hell are you?" Ethan demanded, startled. Daniel stepped forward, rain dripping from his coat. "You know exactly who I am." Realization flickered across Ethan's face. "Madison's husband," he said slowly. Then he smirked. "Guess she didn't tell you everything, huh?" Daniel's fists clenched. "You ruined my marriage." Ethan laughed, cruel and careless. "Your marriage was already broken, pal. I just gave Madison what she wanted." That was the last thing he ever said. Chapter 8, The Aftermath. When Madison woke the next morning, Daniel was gone. His side of the closet was empty. On the kitchen counter lay divorce papers and a single photograph, the two of them smiling on their wedding day. Across it, Daniel had written in bold black ink. "You chose him. Now live with it." Madison's knees buckled as she collapsed, sobbing. She would never know what happened to Ethan. The police would eventually classify him as a missing person, case unsolved. Daniel, meanwhile, drove west, leaving Wilmington, and his old life, behind. As the Carolina sky faded in his rearview mirror, he felt nothing but cold, hollow relief. His marriage was over. His revenge was complete. And he was free.